What's happening, people? Welcome to Music Monday. And today in the skillet we are on the Sage with Toad album, and the next track up is a tune I wrote many years ago called 7 Canadas Geese. Alright, I was living at Deerwood when I wrote this. And we had about a 9-acre lake down there that sat right below my house. And one spring I happened to look down there and I noticed that there were only 7 of them. So I had this idea, geese mate for life. So I said, well, somebody has lost a mate, or something happened, or somebody got coyote eaten, or bobcat eaten, or who knows what happened. So anyway, one of them was left out, and it was kind of, ostracized and left out of the group. That's where the whole idea from this song came. So, next verse is it's about my house. I had this little log cabin, and then a lot of the kinking and the caulk between the cabins that when we built it, rotted out. It wasn't really in there that good anymore. And the ladybugs in the winter would get in there just by the thousands. In the spring, they would come out, and there would just be thousands of those things in my house. Now, the old mountain folks believed that having ladybugs in your house was a sign of good luck. So, I don't know. It says, Tomcat says that's a good sign. Tomcat was the guy who was working out there at Deerwood with me. That's Keith Holloman, the same guy I mentioned who rides the bulls and Spiral, the kid from Zephyr, Texas. Keith, we call him Tomcat. So he said, yeah, man, that's a good sign. So he made the second verse of that. He was just kind of joking. Well, it might be a sign of good luck, but it hadn't really brought any, none my way so far. And then you got to kind of tie the goose thing into a relationship ending that doesn't work out for whatever reasons. I can't remember. I wrote this song so long ago, I don't even remember exactly what all it was about. And of course, a lot of these things are more metaphorical or symbolism. They're not, you're not meant to take a literal interpretation of everything. It's kind of just poetically put together to make a good song. Trying to think what that last verse says. Yeah, it's about, kind of finding your feet again after things don't work out. And I'm back on the road. I'm just moving along. And you're right here with me, though I'm traveling along. And, that's the memories that you carry with you. And got $1 in my pocket, my thumb in there, just where I'm going. I don't even care. So it's kind of about having that newfound freedom, when something like that doesn't work out. And that's kind of where the whole idea came from for this song. We're sitting there watching some geese on Deerwood Lake one spring, and that's kind of spawned the whole thing. Now this song is really cool. It's tuned in open G, Jimmy Page G tuning, but the back half of this is a jam. Guitar players, man, this one's got so much to it. If you never played in G, the chords aren't going to make any sense to you, but join my Patreon, chime in, hey, what do you want to learn? I'll show you. But there's so many cool parts like that back half. Really cool song. I love that G tune. I've got 5 or 6 songs I've written that are in that. Time Won't Wait, Pawns in that. I think carving out some times in this tuning. Quite a few of them. I mean, that might be in C. Not sure. So anyway, G tuning, just got to tune the thing into G, just like that. And I have both instead of, Keith Richards does this if he cuts the E string off. I just got 2 Gs. Take that one down to G and that one up to G, and I'm doubling it. It just makes it really fat sounding. So that's what we got in the skillet today for Music Monday. A killer tune off Sage with Toad called 7 Canadas Geese. And as Paul Harvey would say, now you know the rest of the story. You certainly do.